Hello and good day, everybody. It is Saturday, April 30th, 2022. It's about 50 degrees. It's extremely rainy outside. It's been raining all day. But other than that, it is a pretty gorgeous day. And we are currently at a place called the Carl King Bandshell. I'll give you a look around here. Pretty impressive band shell here. You have like concerts and stuff out here. Locked, I figured it would be. This was built in the 1930s as part of, I think it was called the WPA or something like that. I'm really not sure. But it was built as part of the Depression when the government started making a lot of public works for people and the public to enjoy. Oh, that's pretty nice. Somebody's feeding some cats. Set up a little shelter for them. Even gave them wet food. I'm impressed. I'll leave it be. This park actually has pretty impressive surveillance. That's just one camera out of many I see around here. This used to be an old petting zoo, but it's no longer. It closed down many years ago. I still remember when it was open when I was a kid. You could come in here and feed animals and pet them. This is a popular splash pad area and for kids to in the summer. This is a playground for them. Okay, so I pretty much took you through the whole park. It is a nice park. I'll give it probably a 9 out of 10 as far as small town Iowa parks go. But I just wanted to give you guys a bit of context for where we're going to be stealthing at tonight. Because what's a story without context? So now that you know the park, you kind of know what we're working with here. Let's go find a place. There's trails out here. And there's a decent amount of woods. I don't know, probably about 10 acres, 20 acres, somewhere in there of timber. And we're gonna find a spot out here. And I think I got someplace cool to find. All right, I'm strapped in and ready to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get stealth camping. Onwards. It's lightly raining right now. You see that pile of timber in front of us? Maybe you can. We're gonna go check out what all that could possibly be. This plant right here is what's called a young cut leaf toothwort. It's an early season plant, so it's only gonna be around in early spring. That's gonna be March, April, May pretty much. It's gonna have these white blooms. You see these? They're gonna turn into a white bloom. Now, there's a bunch of it here. Quite a bunch of it. You can use this as a substitute for horseradish by grinding it up and mixing it with vinegar. So it's edible. For you bushcrafters out there that like to do that kind of stuff. Anyways. Just right here, we found another really amazing find. Let me fill you in on what all this is. This right here, this plant, these plants that I kind of showed you in the first clip are known as small white leeks. They have a pronounced onions, or no, excuse me, garlic smell, but an onion taste. They're edible. These are leeks. You know, the more you know. Cool though, leeks. Yeah, you can eat them. They're an early spring to spring plant. Some type of logging operation. It's the only thing I can think of. I'm not sure exactly why this was all cut down, but it definitely solves that question we were wondering about, where all that firewood came from. I had to walk through all of that to get here. I don't know what they could possibly be doing. Looks like we have some recent rain creating some pretty deep sinkholes. You know, those can go like hundreds of feet down. They're crazy, really. Well, there's not much to look at in this spot, so we're going to head off, and I'm gonna show you guys something pretty cool here. I think you'll like it. Here's a piece of petrified wood, but I'm going to leave it. It's a little pocket knife. Rain coming in. Apparently that's what you do with your tent when you're done with them, just throw them on the ground. Would you look at that? Starting to rain pretty decent now. We gotta go ahead and pitch camp pretty soon. I want to introduce you all to camp. This is where a previous campfire has been, so I'm gonna have mine here if we can get it going. It is raining, it is very cold, it's very wet. We're gonna get some heavier rains tonight, so I'm thinking I'm gonna put my hammock from here to here with the fire there. So without further ado, I'm gonna get to work on that. So for tonight's stealth camp in Olson Park in the woods with the general public just right over that way, but I don't think they'll be out since it's raining and stuff, so we're gonna be good. To accomplish my hammock hang, I'm going to use these hammock straps. They're quite simple. Let me see if I can demonstrate to you just quite how easy they are. Usually when you set up a hammock, I like to set up my straps personally at around a little bit above eye level. So I'm gonna go for about right there. There's a loop at the end of this one, right here, and you simply just pull through and tighten up. Set. Now those are designed not to harm the tree, so they're designed for leave no trace. So I'm going to get the other one set up, then we'll get the hammock. Throughout my entire life, I've never liked helping businesses advertise, so if you have a question about gear, just ask me and I'll tell you. But I got this new product off the internet. I'm super excited about it. I've been using the Walmart hammocks for so long and they're complete junk. I promise you, do not get them unless you're just a casual camper. You'll come to appreciate the better hammocks. This is 11 foot. It's a true 11 foot. It weighs under a pound. These are rock climbing carabiners, so they're really good. It's super easy to set up. Let me see if I can show you. So we're just gonna go to this tree right here. Use my carabiner. Step through one of the loops in here. I'm gonna drag my hammock this way. Set up my carabiner. As you can see, we still got a lot of room here, so might not be able to use these trees. This is not right. I'm gonna have to pick different trees. This is too close. So let's try this tree to that tree. We're simply going to take this carabiner. I'm gonna clip it in. We're gonna clip it in right now and see if this works. It worked, so now I'm gonna do my final adjustments. I don't need to film that, that's boring. It's simple stuff, you know, just adjusting the ropes and carabiners, but it's gonna work, so perfect. The next part is a little bit tricky. We need to get the tarp set up and we need to get it set up quick because it is supposed to rain quite significantly tonight. One of my most favorite knots of all time is what's called the double threaded figure 8 loop. And it's super easy. And I have a little catchy saying I made up that I like to use. I call it 1, 2, as in 2 twist and through. 1, 2, and through. Just in case you missed it, I'll show it again. There's make a bite. There's 1 twist, 2 twist, and through. 1, 2, and through. Now we'll show you how to connect it to this. So we're gonna thread it through this grommet. And this is where the double threaded part comes in. So we're gonna follow this. You see that? It's so hard to tell, but you're just gonna follow the knot back. So I'm gonna follow this string that's already in here. We're just gonna keep following it around. And while not pretty, that's gonna hold just fine. So I'll show you why I really like carabiners too. So we're gonna make a double overhand knot, but this is gonna come with a little bit of a twist. It's a little knot that I just kind of noticed myself. So without actually finishing the knot, we have this little bit of this loop here. And now that that loop's secured, I'm gonna connect it onto this. I can actually tighten this, and it acts as like some type of hitch. See, I can pull this up and I can tighten it by pulling on this end, and it doesn't get loose, it only gets tighter. I don't know, this has had to have been invented before, but I just figured it out on accident. Pretty nice setup, I think. Gonna be a little claustrophobic, but it's the price we pay for the rain. Now we can work on our fire. Okay, so I'm happy that I have the shelter set up and that I have all my sleeping gear set up. I'm safe under the tarp. It is starting to rain. So it's gonna be a wet, cold, and rainy night, but we're gonna see if we can still get a fire going and cook some grub. So I got some ground beef, some London broils, some bacon, and plenty of fresh vegetables. And since I have shelter set up, I think it is time to introduce our beer. Oh man, stinking tripod. Fun trying to film on uneven ground, but it's all good. So we have our Lake Time Brewery Peanut Butter Porter. I'll repeat, Lake Time Brewery Peanut Butter Porter. It is 12 ounces. It is 5.2% alcohol, and it is 33 on the IBU scale. So 33 is a little bit higher than I've seen. So that is interesting to note with this beer. It is going to be more bitter than some of the ones I've tasted so far. I think this is the third Lake Time brewery I've had on the channel, so I'm just kind of going in order. Still plenty more out there to try. I'm going to read the back. The peanut butter cup has been a delicious confectionery treat for years. Our brew combines that creamy chocolate peanut butter cup flavor with a malty, robust porter. This begs the question, how did we get the peanut butter flavor? All we'll tell you is we went nuts perfecting it. That being said, ooh, that wasn't very stealthy. Oh, that smells good. That smells really good. Ooh. Oh, that is delicious. That is delicious. Lake Time Brewery, you have not disappointed me yet. First thing you taste is peanut butter, then cream. And then you get hit with the bitterness. And all the other typical things, classic of a porter. So this is delicious. I'm gonna rank this a strong 4.2 out of 5. But do be warned, I do give a heavy bias towards porters and stouts because they are my favorite types of beers. So I do heavily bias on them. But that is a strong 4.2 out of 5. I recommend. I'm a big fan of these Duraflame Fire Start cubes because they work in the rain, and basically they're windproof, waterproof, and they burn strong for about 20-25 minutes. I already have a fire going, and I think this is going to work. Well folks, it is lightly raining out right now. We're going to see if we can keep this fire going because I'm going to try to use it for cooking on. Wow. The camera can't see it because it's facing that way, but the bank's like eroding. I just seen it like firsthand. That is nuts. Oh, it's still doing it. Let me see it. Beautiful creek, isn't it? I honestly don't know what the internet's view on burning trash is, but if I come to an area and I find trash there and I know I can't get it out any other way, is it wrong to burn it? That's an honest question. I feel like I'm at least kind of picking some of it up, and at least it doesn't end up in the water if you burn it, the plastic. So, and I'll be honest, it's also a good fire starter in the rain. So tell me what you think in the comments about that. I'm curious. It's gonna take us a hot minute to get a bed of coal suitable for cooking on, and it's 7:32, so I'm hoping to do it in time to show you guys what I'm cooking, but as usual, that will probably never happen. So hopefully that gets going here pretty soon. It's looking like I'm having some success, even though it's very wet out, so I'm happy about that. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm a bit uneasy out here. I keep feeling like somebody's watching me. And the weird place about this is that everywhere you're surrounded by hills, so I mean, anybody could be hiding anywhere type of situation, you know? So I just have a bit of an uneasy feeling out here. But the chances of somebody being out here have got to be slim. Like, let's actually see. What time is it supposed to rain? So it's 48 degrees. Wind speeds of 19 miles an hour. And we actually might be getting lucky here. There might not be any more rain. That's weird. It was predicted to go all night. So we'll see what happens. If it doesn't rain, they'll make it a lot easier to get the fire going and keep it going. So that'll be nice. Anyways, I'll check you guys in a bit. People who have watched this before already know what this is. It was on sale, so you know what we had to do. This calls for jalapeno bacon cheeseburgers. Let's get them open. Oh yeah. We're gonna do 2 slices per burger here. I'm gonna cook them 2 at a time. Okay, now it's ready for cooking. We're just gonna put it right on top. I think. Right there. Nothing like bacon grease to start a rainy campfire. Ooh, mama. I tell you what, guys, this hot chocolate is really hitting the spot right now. There's nothing like a warm cup of hot chocolate on a rainy day. There's just something about it that cheers you up, which is exactly what I needed. So cheers, guys. I don't know if the camera can see this very well, but it did pick up some light rain here. This is a beef bacon wrapped London broil, but I put extra jalapeno bacon on it. So I'm gonna start grilling it now. Sorry you can't see this, guys. My bad. I don't think the camera can see it, but the time is 9:08 p.m. and there's a light in the distance. It looks like a flashlight, and I am legitimately nervous here. I can't tell if it's moving or not. I don't know what it is. I think it might be a street light because it just hasn't been moving much, but it's just so weird how it kind of looks like a flashlight. Oh, it scared the bejesus out of me. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna dig in and enjoy. You guys can't see it, but it is raining very lightly. Oh, very lightly, but it is raining. Fire is still going strong though. The time is 10:49 p.m. There's somebody driving an ATV out there. I'm a little nervous. I don't know who that guy in the ATV is. Not sure if it's somebody patrolling for that railroad, that train that's right in front of you, but you can't see it. But I can. It keeps stopping and starting. I'm gonna let my campfire die out at this point. I'm gonna try to be in total darkness out here from now on. Alright folks, you can't see me, but the time is almost midnight. I'll flip the camera. The campfire is there. I'm under the tarp. I'm gonna get in the hammock for the night. I'm gonna cook some breakfast for y'all. We're gonna have a good time, gonna have some coffee, gonna chill out for a bit. It's been a bit of a sketchy time out here. I've been very on edge. I just feel like somebody's been watching me the whole time. There's been people on ATVs, the train stopping and going, so I'm gonna be looking forward to the campfire going out, and we're gonna be in pitch darkness and hidden. So I'm gonna get under the hammock and catch some Z's. So I'll catch y'all in the morning. Thanks for watching so far. Good morning, guys. The time is 7:45 and we made it through the night without being interrupted. I hear a lot of weird sounds out here and I've just been spooked pretty much the whole night, even though I slept. But we're gonna get up and probably start making some breakfast. Okay guys, the time is about 8:05 a.m. It's 42 degrees out, but with 20-mile-per-hour winds, it feels like 34. We are going to start breaking down this setup, get a lot less suspicious here, and get this fire going up so we can cook on it. So with that being said, I am going to take the tarp down, the straps, the hammock, all that, put it in the bag, and get a fire going. As you can see, that is all broken down. I still have all that garbage there, but that's all gonna come with me too. Have a bit of a fire going. Since it's wet, it just takes so much longer to burn. It's still soaking. It's soaked out everywhere around here. But as you can see, that water really helps to make everything turn green. If you guys have been following along with my videos, you may have noticed it just hasn't been that green yet. But the forest floor is starting to pop. It is starting to pop, and all this rain right now is helping it do that. And the wind in the spring helps to carry seeds and stuff. So it all works out the way it should. Beautiful camp location, by the way, isn't it? Hey guys, I just wanted to enjoy some coffee with you in the morning. For today's coffee, I got Rain Total Body Fuel Peach Fizz. This has 300 milligrams of coffee or caffeine per can. So, cheers, guys. Ooh. That's what I needed. That is what I needed, for real. Let's get some cooking going on. Well, dinner is served. My coffee. It's about 38 degrees, 40 degrees. We're protected from the winds down here. If we were up in the high plains, we'd be getting obliterated. But down here, we're having a good time. I've just been constantly on guard out here though. Always looking around to see if somebody's coming. I got everything really cleaned up for the most part though, except for those 3 beer cans and this. So trying to make it look like I wasn't camping at least. Damn, this is good. That is delicious with that steak sauce. Just finishing up my hot chocolate, and I put the campfire out. Backpack's packed. Little bit of garbage I'm bringing with me, and we're out. Excuse me, that jalapeno bacon every time. And we're out of here. Praying my car is still there. I'm actually praying this time. Okay, so I cleaned the rock up. This is actually more or less how it looked when I got here. I think somebody put like a layer of clay over it so that it wouldn't scorch the rock. I think that's what that is. If anybody comes back here, they might have to put more on there. I'm not sure though. But we did our part. It's cleaned up for the most part. I got my backpack on. I'm gonna grab my energy drink there. Gonna hold this in my hand as well. And we're gonna hike on out of here and see if my car is still there. So let's hope to God it is. This was just a creepy place, kind of. I get a really uneasy feeling out here. Definitely not gonna be back. Maybe, like, who knows, but not gonna be running back here, that's for sure. I'm walking away from where my campsite was, and that ATV last night was driving the sides of these railroad tracks and also some trails up in there. I wish I would have walked to see how hard my campfire would have been to find or see, because in the daylight I can't really tell if it would have been easy or not. Like, the guy could have rode down here. I don't know if that was railroad security or not. I really have no clue. This is a bitch of a hill though. Oh, excuse me. Fresh tracks. He was up here too. I made it up this steep ravine here. I came from over across that, the valley basically. The GoPro batteries just died, but I made it across this ravine here. 3rd time in a row my batteries died, so hopefully this one lasts. This will be the final clip of the video. I made it across the ravine. My car is right behind me, so I'm pretty lucky about that because there is a day use. Park closes at 10:30 sign, so with all rights they can tow it as far as I know. So that's always what I'm worried about when I'm doing things like this. A little recap on the trip. About 40s the whole entire time I was out here for the entire duration of this video. Low 40s to maybe high 30s possibly. It'd probably be about 4 to 5 degrees Celsius, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. Somewhere in there. It was raining the entire morning and afternoon, light rain in the evening and late afternoon, which I experienced in this video. So the conditions were wet, rainy, and it made conditions a little bit more challenging than normal. But overall, it was a fun trip. This was an uneasy park for me. I didn't feel comfortable the entire time. I don't know if it was because the creek muffled a lot of the noises so that I couldn't hear things coming. It was, you know, the ATVs, the train stopping and coming by, lights in the distance that I was unfamiliar with. So a little bit risky out here. Plus the park is small, so only so many places you can hide. But overall, it was a fun trip, and I appreciate you guys joining and coming along with me on these adventures. There's going to be more to come. I'm looking forward to some warmer weather, even though actually today was pretty nice. I can't really complain. I was warm the whole time. So with that being said, if you watched along this far, please go ahead and give me a like if I deserve it, and don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I won't be mad at you. That's only if I deserve it, though. Don't do it if I don't deserve it. So I appreciate it, and I hope you guys come along with me for the next one. So with that being said, peace out, and you guys have a great day. Bye.